their strip. So if we move the gate into here, and then that would give you a little bit less walk-in access, you get a little bit higher, and as long as that gate stays in place and people don't breach that all the time with four-wheelers or what, we'd have that gate there, and I don't know, that'd probably be about a mile or so, and then we'd move this gate into maybe somewhere short of this creek or somewhere maybe on this ridge, right here somewhere there's a turnaround, and that'd be another, I'm just guessing that'd be another mile or mile and a quarter, but maybe on one of these ridges we can make a little turnaround and put a gate right there, and that would get you a little higher this way and a little higher this way. Still don't get all the way in, and then if people respect that gate, you know, and wildlife starts to come back a little bit, you know, after 3 or 4 or 5 years, we'll look at that. Now, you know, Wet Camp Gap was just a nightmare that we did that work last year, and you know, as far as the conservation agencies that give us feedback on the northern filings, anywhere you got that high elevation spruce fir type, you know, we got the northern flying squirrel and very limited habitat for an endangered species.
There's northern flying squirrel all over Balsam Grove and all over the Creek and everywhere else.
That's right.
What
it's very
we'd like to have is that whole loop fixed seasonally right there that you're talking about, moving the gates inward.
The whole purple thing?
Yeah, because from the Parkway to the head of Wolf Creek to Gages Creek, you take off walking, leading 4 or 5 dogs, or if you get in the middle, stay in the middle right there and kill a bear. You got 5, 6 miles either way. You got to drag that bear. Impossible.
Well,
And we've got,
If you open it seasonally from April to close it in January, just like you do the Cold Springs Road, wouldn't have any problem with it.
well, I know, but then we already aren't meeting our wildlife objectives, so we'll have more bear and deer by not doing that.
I disagree on that.
Well, I know, but I know it is.
Is that go through there for gas?
Yes, that goes through the, no, that don't go
Goes
through
through
the.
what? No, it does not go through Wet Creek.
All the way through that country now on Gages Creek.
Where's what?
Oh, that's the Gages Creek Road?
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Is that Gage?
Borders of
Gage Creek, yeah.
Wolf Mountain Gap Road turn off there.
Wolf Mountain Road is decommissioned and it won't ever be
Wolf
opened
Mountain
back.
Road is,
It's right
Well,
here.
I'm not asking you to spend any money on it, just open it and put a gate on it.
Which road's that?
There's already gates on it, Leopard Gap Road.
The upper gate.
And it's already
What we're
gravel.
talking about
I know it, but
from
I'm
Yellow
saying,
Patch all the way to the Gages Creek.
I like to see
I'm
it
not
myself.
spending money, just put a gate on it, you know, where we can walk it.
Well, and if people gets lost in there, we don't have to go in there and waste our time for hours and hours
Well,
looking
it ought
for
to be
it.
before we can get in there, you know, for somebody can
You
get.
can open it up and go in
You
there and
won't
get
be
them.
walking through there, but if he opens it up through Charles Lot, you'll be able to drive back through there again. And I mean, you know, I mean, that would be a big
The
chunk
next
of land.
phase that you do, instead of doing all the damage on the property you do, try doing some gates.
Well,
Try and do
well,
gates in areas where you
and
can.
I've talked to Mike and Brian about that, and Mike and I are the same age, so I've been doing this for 30 years too, and it's been my experience that we have a lot of problems with gates getting pulled. And they're expensive, it takes a lot of time to replace them, so that's when you see these big old tank traps, that's why we do it, because the gates get pulled. And it's,
You know,
that's one of our
four-wheelers
biggest.
ride
problems,
years
running
ago,
around them, so-
now,
I mean, it may not look good, but that's why we do that.
back a few years ago, our cousin Dwight and Linville was on the U.S. Forest Service
Law enforcement.
law
They were,
enforcement.
yeah, federal marshals.
And you know, they rode through our country ever so often and checked on it. You know how many I've seen up there since them boys has been gone? None. I haven't seen the first law enforcement in there checking. Besides Waldrew up there writing some people a ticket the other day for being on that campground. And then the Forest Service wrote them tickets for it. What didn't write them tickets for?
You say you haven't seen our law enforcement officers out here?
Right.
well, Waldrop is our law enforcement.
I know, he's the only one he was up there the other day and wrote them people up on that Tennessee Creek where you put them rocks. Cause they pulled in there and camped or something and then wrote them up on it.
And I'm glad you brought up law enforcement, because,
We need some law enforcement.
We just, within a month ago, we just got another one to help assist Steve here in the district. There's another new LEO that's on this district, covers the whole area. just started about a month ago, so Steve does have some extra help now.
Now,
Still,
still,
it's 2 people
But
for the.
let me address that. I think you're making a great point, because in North Carolina, we've got about 1 million acres of public land. We are so blessed to have this in western North Carolina. And we have 10 officers to patrol 1 million acres. So you can imagine how difficult that is for us.
I'm looking for a job.
For us to enforce our regulations. And I have a point to my story here. That's another reason why we end up tank trapping these places. We end up dropping the trees into the roads, is because we just don't have enough law enforcement officers out there to just be in there and preventing people from, taking their ATVs up the side of the mountain and doing damage and all that. So a lot of what you see us doing is because it's about the only thing that we have left to try and particularly to keep the illegal ATVs out of here.
But when you see them law enforcement passing back and forth like Dwight and them used to, you didn't see everybody just climbing the banks and running through there.
Well, we do have a lot of damage from illegal ATVs.
and you know,
So if you see that happening, call us and we can try to get some of that.
That was my next point, great segue. We really need y'all's help.
Well, we need George's help to get back where we was
It's a
at.
partnership, because we need your help, because we can only do our jobs if y'all are helping us make sure that, people are behaving the way they should be. And that's not jerking gates, that's not riding ATVs back in there where they're not allowed.
Hey,
So we need your help, we do. We'll be the first to admit we need your help. You folks that live in that community are really important to helping us. So it's a partnership.
and on other parts, even out west, they have the program of, they say you're permitted to ride your four-wheeler. And they put that money to them four-wheeler trails and stuff. We would like to have something like that. If you charge us $15 or $20 a four-wheeler. And if you caught off the trail, fine them. I mean, we pay a lot of money for four-wheelers.
And we have
Yeah,
designated, as
you
you
got
know.
four-wheelers, just ride through the woods
Sure.
too.
I hear you. And we have designated trails.
one
the
spot on
Waiahata.
Hood, they need it.
I know, everybody
You
wants more
get killed to go down there
ATVs.
and ride that, come on now.
But that's not an excuse to ride ATVs in here illegally. I'm sorry.
What
I'm
about when you're
not gonna
tagged
go to
and
that.
licensed motorcycle though, that's just legal out here on the
On an
street?
open road, it is legal.
Yes, but not on
Well,
a closed road. And
Yeah,
not,
Some of this
Yeah.
ATV motorcycle usage you see back in there, you can just accusing on a lot of this illegal activity. Maybe it's licensed motorbikes. Any given time in the summer, you'd be out there working on the farm and there'd be 10, 15, 20 bikes go up the road. Now, when they go up the road, they don't come back. They go on and they ride through and they ride on.
if it's an open road and open for street legal vehicles, then motorcyclists can be.
Let me-
I'm talking
Y'all
about
don't
the
need
illegal
to-
use.
Y'all don't need to come in behind though after a bunch of legal bikes go through and say, oh, there's a bunch of illegal use here, let's dig pits. That don't make much sense.
Let me
It's
tell you
all
one
got
about
thing.
that
illegal
point.
use.
Opening day of bear season, 2 years ago, this is when, I think it's 2 years, might have been 3 years ago. This was when they first fixed the road in on Tennessee Creek. They just gravel, it had washed away that summer. I was in there the week after it washed away, and then I went back the next week, and there's a new gate right there at Punching Camp. You know where Punching Camp is?
Not unless you point it out.
Well, it's right after.
That's the entrance to Cold Springs.
Which,
Yeah,
Cold Springs, right?
That's the
Okay,
first
that's
little
right
gate.
after you leave.
The gate's been there
215.
since y'all installed it, nobody's tore it down,
Out
everybody
here.
respected the gate.
Okay.
There's been no problem with the gate.
Good.
Here,
Open it
where I
sometimes,
was
but it
sitting
will.
at, where I was sitting at. I had
Is you
that-
talking about this gate right here?
The first gate on Cold Springs.
Oh, the first gate on.
Off
Right out from
215.
Punching Camp there. There's a new gate put up either 2 or 3 years, and me and another friend of mine, we was going in there
Of
camping.
course, this one,
I've done
they
it for
bust that one
50-some
open
years.
constantly.
Open wood.
Mhm.
There's the gate, and we was just sitting there about to cry because we couldn't go in there. Guess what come through that gate? There's about 50 trail bikes. Now, that wasn't four-wheelers now. They'd come in over there, to that lake, Awesome Lake, they come through that gate, and when they come to this gate, there's a big old rock right beside it right there. guess how they come out past that gate, and they didn't slow down. They went over that rock, about 50 of it.
Brings back the tank trap.
I didn't know where it was coming from. Here, I think.
The rest of my case.
There you go.
Now, here's
Now,
what
tank
he's not
trap wouldn't
telling
have
you.
stopped them, because that big rock didn't stop.
Here's what he's
They
not
wasn't in my
telling you.
area. Here I sit in my Jeep, I wanted to go in there to camp. About 50 of them come right up there when they come up that gate over that rock.
Is he talking about this road right here?
Yes,
The main road coming in.
main gravel road, that's where that new gate is.
Well, I mean, if it's a system road, even though it's gated, you can ride a horse and a four-wheeler on. I mean, a horse and a bicycle on.
Well, can't you
But
ride
that's on
four-wheelers
bicycle,
there?
that's on motorcycle.
They just motored by.
These are
This
motorcycles.
was,
They're not allowed.
this was a cross-country group.
Next time, get the tag numbers and
Cross-country
call us.
group.
Right.
How
Listen,
can
they
you
don't
get
have
anything
tags.
to flying tag numbers? They didn't slow down. They come up to me and I thought I had the road
They probably don't know about
closed.
where
They
they
done me
go.
the same way. They went right through the edge
You
of
know
the
about where you had
wood.
to
I have a
go.
question for you.
Go to the-
Are you interested in that proposal?
Yes,
Would we
if you'll do that whole loop.
Yeah, we'd love to see the whole loop done, and we'd help make sure the gates didn't get pulled too.
Well, I'm already not meeting wildlife objectives to open everything.
But it's
I've got
supposed to be open on the plan. On the plan, it's supposed to be gated on each end. That's,
right here.
that's what the
It's
plan
not supposed
says.
to be open.
Anything
It's
in
not
blue is
supposed
supposed
to be
to be
open.
gated.
I'm
He's
sa-
saying move the gates.
I'm saying move the
I thought you
gate
said move the
in a
gates.
mile or better on both directions to give you a little more access. Get
Gate.
up on that ridge and get up on that ridge.
Gate where the tank traps are and open it up seasonally.
No, I lose all that wildlife benefits
You
by
don't,
doing
you're
that.
not gonna lose wildlife benefits, you're gonna gain wildlife benefits.
You'd be able, the officers would be able to go through there then if it's open seasonal. I mean.
Well, I wanna fix it up so they can go through there, but I don't wanna,
It's travelable now. The only
Oh, I
thing it
know.
needs is the tank trap took down and you can drive a car through there.
well,
That's how good a road it is.
it was rutting up when we closed it.
Well, the road you done up June Color Rock or what?
You walked it when, Jamerson?
To Richland Balsam for that land up there.
This year, you walked through there,
You're talking about your,
road good shape.
water breaks and your erosion control.
Oh, where
and how
they
good
dug it,
erosion
hey?
is building. That you can drive a, vehicle easily in there to that field at below Richland Balsam. Well, I was in there about, was it 2 weeks ago, Johnny, or 3 weeks ago?
Something like that.
That's a pitiful job. Water's crossing them water breaks, done washed through the water breaks, running down the road there at what, a quarter mile? And we turn around and come back. I think, for what money
So
we
you were
spend
behind
that,
that gate there?
I've got a key in there, do I not?
I
I've got land in there, I've got a right of way in there. And you cannot
Have you
tell
leased
me I can't.
Well, have you leased the campsite?
Yeah, I've got a deeded right of way, I've got deed, I've got a right of way, and I can access that property in my deed via any Mead Road.
Well, yeah, we sort of, yeah, we can talk about that.
Well, we talk about it, but that's the way it says, and there's been lawyers, there's been judges, they've read it, and it's iron,
It's legal.
and it's there.
Are you interested in me moving the gates into here to get to that system and then to here?
We want
Yeah,
it opened
Never
up.
bit the-
we'd love to see it opened up,
I have a
really.
question for you.
JR walked that road last week. Tell them what kind of condition the road's in,
It's good, all but where them tank traps and whatnot.
all the way through there.
Right. Because
I
nobody's
walked all the
traveled
way
it
through.
since well, it's been about
Well, y'all scrape it before you closed
Yeah,
it.
they graded it.
Yeah, we tried to make it so it,
I didn't say nowhere when, I was right through there the day after they done it.
right.
The last
The only
time,
problem is
They
right
done
at the end
no
of the tank
ditches
trap.
out
That's where the
the road.
water's washing into Wolf Creek. Is one of the tank traps.
That's exactly
Mr.
right.
Owen, I know there's a lot of Owens in here, but I'm talking to you.
yes, ma'am.
Can you just let Mike and me know, just one or two folks that do want to go out there and show
Well, I'd
us the
like to be at
damage?
that meeting, because I'd like
Okay.
to show it to you, and,
And
But
what
there's
we're
one.
wanting to see is where you all have said that we, made
Who
some
else would
damage.
like to
and
be
everything.
there?
I'd like to
Be
show you.
there, we-
I'd like to be
Okay,
well, there's 4 or 5 of us left to be there.
okay, just a few folks, I mean, don't
Any
need a whole
anywhere
army
we'll
to
take
show us.
you, and anywhere we could possibly go, you could drive a Cadillac.
Mm, okay.
If you can't drive a Cadillac, it's blocked.
Well, we want to walk in, so
It's on
well, you
the-
show us
on the-
where we've done the
We're
damage.
on Tennessee
Have you ever
Creek
seen
on
the deal
Clown
called-
stuff.
No, I have
Can you
not.
get it to those?
You can't
Is
get
that on
It's on that
the
DVD and